Welcome once again, everybody, to Sad Boys Mets Club. I am Giovanni Blanco.
I'm Franklin Blanco.
That's right. Welcome once again, y'all. This is where we talk about the Mets, sadly, and other things. Franklin and I. It's been a rough week, an interesting week. If you're a Mets fan, you know you've either locked yourself in a cage, in a cave somewhere, and turned off all your phone and your internet, and ignored all the news coming your way. But you might have been paying attention to the things that are happening and the craziness. I mean, I guess we should just talk about how bad is our team right now.
We're bad enough that I'm not even joking when I say there's always next year. At this point, it's like, there's a point where like the 2025 Rockies had to consider, maybe there's no world we make it to the postseason. And I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, it feels rough. I feel like when I saw that post, that meme that was just like, on track for 100 losses, I was just like, that can't be true. That can't be true. I mean, we can't be the worst or one of the worst teams in baseball with this roster and this.
I mean, what roster?
It's like a David Copperfield, David Blaine roster that keeps disappearing, or keeps hurting itself. Yeah, I mean, as we were walking up to set this episode up, we saw that Alvarez was out.
Another one.
So that's Alvarez, Lindor,
Robert,
Polanco.
Luckily, that's all right now.
Do we have a pitcher out too?
Yeah, but I think he's been out. I think AJ Minter might be the one. Yeah, it's like so. But of the people who are supposed to be on our team,
the people that we half the people that we paid a lot of money for in the off season, and supposedly in our all stars like Lindor.
Not to mention we barely got Soto back. Like, it's been like a week.
Yeah, and he's been okay at best. Do we see anything? Is there any hope? Is there any sort of faith? Is there any sort of possibility in a miracle with this team?
Not for this year. I mean, I can't write it out because there was like 2024. Like we've been bad and made it back. But realistically right now the bright spot is that we have a really good young core now, because like Nolan McLean is like 24 or something. Carson Bench is like 22. AJ Ewing's like 21. It's like that we have really young guys. I mean, Alvarez is only like 24 too. It's we have really promising young guys for the future.
Next year?
And we might get like a draft pick because McLean might win a Rookie of the Year or a Cy Young even. I don't think that one's happening, but it could happen.
It could happen. It could be the only person winning games on this team, even though that's not been happening because it seems like every time he pitches,
Jacob deGrom.
There's no backup.
Jacob deGrom.
Yeah,
we did it again.
Ghosts haunt us and demons persist.
Speaking of which, Jacob deGrom, I believe it might have been like his 1900th career strikeout. He had a really good game, his last start, which is good for me. I love Jacob deGrom. He's on my fantasy team, but he's
we
like,
should bring him back.
We should get him back. He's been great, and I think he's cemented his case as like a Hall of Famer, which is
awesome.
Really good.
We always loved him. I mean, I feel bad that we traded him. That's another thing I don't understand is that, you know, even at his worst, he was like a fourth or fifth pitcher. It's like at his worst.
Actually, I think that's not even what it is. I think it's that there was no worst for him because it was either he was insanely good or injured.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it ended up being. Like, he was injured for like 2 years and was like, we didn't want to wait it out.
And he hasn't been injured since he's been away. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rangers waited out, and now they have like a top 20, top 15 pitcher just because they waited. But I love him. I think he's great. And at least he's winning games.
Yeah. Do you remember what that feels like? We came off a 10-2 win yesterday with the Tigers, which is possibly a double-edged sword because it's not really. It's exciting because several things happened.
It's a win.
It was a win for one thing. Let's count that.
Freddie Peralta pitched really well.
Freddie Peralta pitched well, which is something that we've been wanting to see. And
he got like 7 innings.
Yeah.
He was out there.
And then we had the debut of AJ
Ewing.
That's a bright light.
It was, and I looked it up because there was like the headline. It's like, it's a whole new thing. There hasn't been a single player with a debut. This is one of those really specific baseball stats.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a player in MLB with a debut game since at least 1900, because that's like the stat counting really only started in 1900, but probably even before that, with 3 walks, a triple, a stolen base, and multiple RBIs, which is specific, but it is also like the first time it's happened.
No, I mean, he had a stellar game. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, I think that the hit is something like, he got a triple, which is pretty cool.
And he only got the triple because of his speed, which is so fun to see.
That, to me, so the 2 factors that I'm seeing the most is the whole thing with the walks. That's the most impressive thing for me. Somebody who's just like hot into MLB, first game, debut, nerves, craziness, excitement, nausea, all the feelings. And this guy has the patience of an elephant, just like basically he's just standing there. Throw me the pitches. I'm not going to hit until I see what I want. And
he's got what Benj was lacking in his first 30 plate appearances.
And God bless Benj, because I feel like Benj is heating up. I feel like Benj is getting
That's
comfortable.
the other thing. People say that he's really hard to, he's really unfazed a lot of time, which is only really now starting to come in play. And I think that's why AJ Ewing's so cool, that it's like he's here, and already I'm a little worried because
it can only go down from here.
Because there's two comparisons I can make to other Mets players. One of them is Carson Bench, who had a great first game.
True.
And then had a very rough streak. And the other one is, I don't remember what the exact stat line is, but in terms of Mets player debuts, there hasn't been a debut like that since Kazuo Matsui, which is a really rough comparison to be made. Because he was so good.
Yes.
For a little tiny bit. I think we just can't get players from Japan. I'm starting to think that, because that's kind of the
Mets
same.
or
the Mets.
Okay.
It's the same story.
You can almost say the same thing. We just can't get players. Period.
I mean,
but we don't want to perpetuate. This is what we want to do. We want to make sure that what we're saying here is we're stating the facts, but we're also kind of being open and wanting to see better things. It can only get better. It really can't get worse, and I'm not putting that out there either. I want it to be better, and I think it can be better, because I feel like there's something about also that to be said with a feeling where, well, if the World Series isn't the end game, what are we doing? And there's 2 modes to that. We can go buck wild and just mess around and try everything and throw everything at this game because why the hell not? Or a team just slumps altogether. Like, they just end up being like, keep being rotten.
I mean, honestly, considering that like the World Series is kind of out of the picture by now, I like where we're going to where it's like, bring up the rookies.
Bring up the rookies.
If we can afford to just lose all our games, let them get the playing time.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh, I completely forgot. Mauricio, also on the IL. We were talking about injured guys.
That's right.
Completely
That happened
blanked
last
on
week.
Mauricio. That's a guy who would be great getting everyday playing time.
Yeah. What's the deal with Mauricio? Do you know? Is it the same thing as Lindor?
Broken finger. No. Lindor was the same as Soto, but his is worse. And then Mauricio, I think, just like broke his finger when he slid into first base.
Okay. So he'll be back in 2 weeks.
I hope so. It's like that's one of those that I'm waiting on. Well, one of the great things that because I haven't been super invested in baseball. This is like my second year being super invested in baseball.
Yeah.
Which is like I've been a late follower, barely, but now I'm like super invested and there'd always been like a thing at the back of my mind to like, does it just not get worth watching baseball if your team is so terrible that you know they're not going anywhere? And so I'm kind of really happy because this whole situation has been able to prove to me like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like I still want to watch the game every day.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's like when we went to go see that game with the Angels and was it Angels and the A's?
It was Angels and Blue Jays.
And the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are contenders.
Angels, by the way,
doing better.
They've also they're like the only team comparing to how bad the Mets are. But the Angels, and they might trade Trout, which is actually terrible because it's looking like if Trout got traded, he would get traded to the Phillies. Nightmare.
I don't know. Maybe Trout might be.
I think he's gonna stay because
he's got a couple years left. I mean, it's like, why does he? He probably doesn't.
I think this is like the.
Is his contract up?
No, it's literally just like this is the storyline. I think every year that he gets off to a good start because he's such a risky player that like every single time the Angels fans are like, we could sell, could, but the Angels have never lost 100 games. They're the only team, which is kind of crazy, and that's one of the reasons that I love them so much. They've only ever.
This has been a great discovery. I mean, we live in Los Angeles area, in the LA area, and the LA Angels of Anaheim, which is what they're really...
Actually, we can't compliment the Angels today. I'm mad at them.
Oh, no, wait, why?
Jorge Soler.
What happened?
Nothing bad. I'm just like, he's on my fantasy team. I'm in fantasy baseball mode. He had 4 plate appearances today and struck out 3 times.
No.
And did nothing else. And he's my only player to have played so far today, so I'm sitting at like negative points.
Yeah, well...
I love him though.
I'll check my Cal sheet. No, I mean, to me, it's that's kind of crazy. Isn't he like also another person that's kind of like up for maybe a trade?
He's another guy where it's like he's just a guy, and if he's playing really good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that basically it's nice to have that option. You know, we're close to the Dodger Stadium situation, but I love watching the Dodgers play. But,
I hate it.
I'm not, it's not even like it's such a weird thing. The conundrum is that, growing up back east, where I became a Mets fan because the Yankees were dominating in the 70s, and it was hard for us to get tickets to go see the Yankees. But it was completely easy to go see the Mets because they were giving those tickets away, literally, to,
I mean, they still are in this season.
They will be soon. I mean, I'm sure you can go to StubHub and get yourself a $5 ticket right now. But back then it was just easier. You know, they were giving them away at Carvel ice cream stores and things like that, and we would go. So we became those fans, and I've always had, and I grew to hate the Yankees. You know, and it's not fair because there were so many players on the Yankees in that era that I loved, like I truly loved, like Thurman Munson and
Sounds like Max Muncy.
No, Thurman Munson was just like a tank, man. He was like a tank. If you saw him, you would be like, oh, I like this guy. He just had like a crazy like handlebar mustache, and he was just like
on
a
the
big
Yankees.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But he was like he was a catcher.
Well, of course. That's so I do like him.
Yeah.
I only like catchers.
He was a rough dude, man. But there was Greg Nettles, Bucky Dent, Willie Randolph, Dave Winfield, of course Reggie Jackson, and that was his like prime time in the late '70s. So
I prefer A's Reggie Jackson. Me personally.
I do too. I mean, I love those years too as well. But that was such a, you know, and the pitching staff, like, don't even talk about the, you know. But then on the other side, you had like the Mets, who was just like, it was like a circus, you know.
Well, they were
freaks.
only like in the '70s. They were only like 10 years old. So.
I mean, yeah, but at this time, I mean, by this point, they were like 15 years old.
Actually, and they were already one World Series in.
Yeah, and close to a second. But, right, because it won, is it 69?
It's, 69 and 86.
And then 71 or 72, they were like, they got there to the end. But the whole point of this is that I'm saying, there's also something about the Dodgers, because I feel like the Dodgers came from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. Yeah, and Hey, Tony. And like the Mets kind of took their place.
Oh, fully.
You know what I mean? So like, there's like a weird kind of synergy there between the Mets and the Dodgers. And the Dodgers have always been also a Dominican heavy team. So over the years, I've always kind of been attracted to that. And then the other part, where I want to finish this whole thing, the other part is that in the 70s and 80s, there was no bigger rivalry than the Dodgers and the Yankees. So to me, it just fed into the thing that I always loved the Dodgers. But then also at the same time, the Angels always had cool players in the 70s. And one of my favorite players, Rod Carew, was with the Angels forever.
And they had Vladimir Guerrero.
That's
Senior.
much later.
But they still had him.
But yeah, again, he was another great player that I loved. But it wasn't until that era, the Vlad era, that I realized that I understood that the Angels were in the same shadow that the Mets were in New York to the Yankees and the Angels to the Dodgers. So then there's like, I grew to love the Angels in a different way. And then moving here, it was always been a thing where it's always been easy and great to go see Dodger games. And I told you that for a time, I lived on Scott in Echo Park, and I could walk to the stadium. And I saw like 30 games that year. And that's when they still had $6 bleacher seats. Oh, not bleachers, sorry. $6 like super nosebleed seats at the very top.
See, that sounds
and the
fun.
dogs are still $6.
And
like,
they still were tasted good.
They're still like, made of like actually some like decent
mush.
Processed meat, not the mush that they have today. But that's basically that's the gist of everything. I just wanted to say that because you were saying about if your team is still, if you know your team is not a contender, is there still joy in watching the game? And that's the joy of like having, these two teams near us, is that, we can go whatever, it's an hour and a half or whatever the drive is to go see the Angels. But then it's like we can get tickets for $6 or $8 and catch a great game because they're still like a fighting team, and they, you can just see whoever you want to see playing with them.
It's cheaper to see the Angels play than to get a gallon of gas.
Good point. We need to make plans to see the Angels.
I'm still so mad we didn't go White Sox games because that's a fun team. I love you,
Murakami.
The South Side Samurai. That's my new favorite baseball nickname.
The South Side Samurai.
South Side Samurai.
No.
It doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't. Hopefully nobody thinks it's offensive.
No, they the first thing they were like is like, well, you think it's offensive? It's like, no, because first of all, that's Japan's team is called. They're like the
Samurais.
Samurais. Yeah. It's like, but also it's like that's such a cool name.
I know. Yeah. It's like you don't want to be in an alleyway with the South Side Samurai. So if we had to go back to the Mets now, because this is Sad Boys Mets Club, I'd also like to mention now to our many viewers and listeners that Frankie and I are designing some cool fashion for our podcast, and we got to get on that. We got to pick a logo, but we just want to say that it's going to be fashionable, uplifting, because we'll need it. It'll be cool and crisp and I don't know, just inspiring. Like if you have to lose, you lose in style. Lose with Sad Boys Mets Club gear. I just did our first ad. There you go. Cut that and paste it, AI. I feel like 100 years old. So what do you want to talk about now?
Well, there's something we could do a quick cut back. We were having a conversation. This is kind of going back to when we were talking about Jacob deGrom. Mm-hmm. It's in this area. We were having a conversation like a couple months ago. And we were like, yeah, what happened to Thor?
Yeah, what happened to Thor? What happened to Thor?
Because he's back in the news a little bit.
Uh-oh. Hopefully for baseball.
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's like, if you can imagine, he's gone super mega.
Oh.
Super. And he gave the Mets some advice. Then maybe they'll start winning if they stop hanging out with socialist mayors.
Wow.
There are certain players that I'm happy we don't have.
I know, it's crazy. Let's touch on this. We get political if we need to. Because, in theory, I guess we're the Mandami Mets now.
I'll take that.
I'll take that too, man.
He's the only mayor who's done anything, at all. He's actually putting in, taxes and punishments for landlords.
Yeah. He's already reduced the debt in New York.
I might be able to live there one day.
One day,
become affordable enough.
You should go work for him, see what happens. Yeah, look, here's the thing. We're not here to admonish anybody's political leanings, right?
We are.
Oh, you are. I'm not. Because to me, it's really more about I believe that you can do what you want, you can vote for who you want, you can love who you want, right? But your actions and where you direct your words are clear indictments or clear it's clear proof of where your intentions lie. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can believe one thing, but if you choose that belief or the words that you use to attack or to offend or to bring down or to, embarrass or whatever, bully, then you, in effect, are an asshole. So be careful what you say. I'm kidding.
No, I'm
you
such a bully.
Yeah, you can be the asshole. But what I'm trying to say is just basically like, it's like, look, whatever these guys who have left the Mets. I mean, like, we can talk about the whole Pete Alonso comment.
What he said.
You didn't see what he said?
What did he say?
Well, I think it had something to do with what he had said a year before when they were negotiating, or 2 years before when they were negotiating his like stay, and it was something to do with the numbers and like the sort of.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I agreed with him there because it's like the thing where he's just like, you guys are gonna be looking at your stats all day, like whatever, something like that. I agree with him. I feel like he's only been right in the handlings of signings with the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I've seen, which is just that one quote, so I could be wrong, but
no, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, are we don't know what the reasoning is, right, for behind a lot of the deals that were made, and you can assume, given the stature and the quality of players that we ended up getting, that it had to do more with stats and math and like the sort of statistics that they were working up, the books that they were creating, like the sort of percentages and the averages and the, possibilities based on, whatever their system cooks up. But none of it felt like there were good gut reactions or like good feelings,
Not a single one of those.
Not a single one, man. Not a single one. There was like the only, Soto was the last exciting signing. That was like, wow, we did it. We made this crazy.
And even then, that's big. But then, like, we look at it now, and it's like, Soto isn't worth more than Shohei Ohtani, and that's like,
no. I mean, but would we have gotten Shohei?
That's the issue. Is like, we could have offered Shohei that money. Like, theoretically, he probably wanted to stay in California, but that was like one off season back.
But then there's a question of like, okay, you pay Ohtani, right? How much do you pay his handler and the guy who makes his bets?
So much more. Then he won't get caught. I saw a comedian.
Isn't that guy in jail or something? Like, I think
he is.
Yeah.
He was the fall guy. I saw the like, he's like the most popular Asian comedian. He's got like glasses and a terrible hairline.
I know who you're talking about. He's really funny.
There was a clip of him talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Tong?
Something.
Yeah.
Tong. Jonah Tong.
No, it's in that song. I may be mixing it up. Mixing my tongs up.
He kind of just clocked it how it was, like, he was just a fall guy. Like, Shohei Ohtani can speak English, but then you bring up the gambling and the interviews and he's like, what?
Me no speak English.
But it's like, it's very much like...
Betting? You mean betting with the bet? No, betting. betting.
Because it was like totally... That's like...
They covered that up pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, because it's like, Shohei Ohtani is the kind of player, like, they're so staunch on their anti-betting rules, but Shohei Ohtani is a unicorn, and you can't not have him in the league. Like, they're anti the betting, but then at the same time, Shohei Ohtani probably brings in, like, at least like $100 million of revenue a year. Like, he's like,
God forbid you're Matsui. You'd be in jail right now.
Oh man. The perfect Rocky.
You'd be the East Side Samurai.
Aw.
Yes. Prison jokes. Let's proceed. So, really what we're kind of circling around is this sort of feeling that we're Mets fans, right? And we wanna. There's this sort of mutual and a feeling that every Met fan knows about the grief and the disappointment and the sort of like desperation.
I mean, nothing will be worse than the WBC. I think that's like, I'm kind of.
Do you mean the Dominican team losing?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of like.
I don't know.
Sorry to sidetrack. I'm just like, the more I think about it, it's kind of like, I expect the Mets to lose, so it's kind of not as bad as you would think. You know, it's like.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's just what it is. Is that it's just. I don't want to keep perpetuating that. To me, so it's like you start the season. There's excitement. There's hope. There's like this sort of feeling that, oh, maybe.
I mean,
and then there's some spark, and you see a little thing here and there.
We play our best with no expectation.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
We do need that.
We need rock bottom to do.
But I also feel like we need a grimace. We need like a. Like
I mean,
a thing.
I like that. I honestly like the construction worker thing that they had going for like a little bit. Like, it was silly, but it kind of that felt like the
what was
comeback.
What was the other team that was it the Rockies that they do the fur coat?
I don't know, fur coat.
Like, I was watching one of the Mets games, and I think it's the Rockies that they do that because they had it was the Rockies because they had it was the Diamondbacks because they had the Spanish Serpientes. And it's just that sort of like almost like sort of tropical blue with the two blues, right? And and they had the blue fur coat.
I love when they got a jacket. I love when the Dominican jacket.
That Dominican jacket was so fancy. Yeah. I think I need to hit eBay, see if there's like a copy of it somewhere.
They must have poured so much time in, because they knew that team would hit home runs. We'd be seeing a lot of that jacket. Something good though, a little off topic, and I know you don't care about basketball. I don't either, except when I learn that the other blue and orange team is kind of going all the way.
The Knicks?
I mean, like, apparently, I don't know anything about basketball, so apparently this happens like every year.
They get close.
Apparently
just
they're like
ask
a very
Spike Lee.
high expectation team.
Let's give Spike Lee a call.
But all I'll say is they had like a really great game in like the first round of the postseason. Like they broke their postseason points record.
Oh, nice.
Or whatever. They like completely lapped the other team. But then they made it to the second round and they were playing Philadelphia. And you know what happened? They won 4-0. Like, they won 4 games in a row, lost nothing, and moved on. Just a complete sweep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was, like, bad, too. Like, in that series, they set another postseason points record.
Who's their star?
I couldn't. All I know is Karl Anthony Towns, because he's the only Dominican basketball player. I love him. Oh, and there's a guy.
Don't make me follow another sport, man. I don't have time.
Just for Cat. But there's a guy, OG. I know there's a guy who wears 11, and there's a guy who wears 23. That's all I know. But I know that like they have like 4 big guys, and it is a shame because I think they're gonna lose to last year's champions, Oklahoma City, because they got my favorite basketball player, Jared McCain, from Philadelphia, which is kind of a miracle because, like, it sucks because then it's like they're building a dynasty because they already won last year, they're getting a new great player, but I want my favorite player out of Philadelphia, so it's like, it's a win. Second favorite player. I love you, Bogdanovich. He'll always be my favorite. He's on the Clippers, too. The Angels of basketball.
We should go see him play.
We should. I think there's like...
I don't think they have $8 tickets for the Clippers.
They don't. But they're like... Because they're actually like a pretty okay team. Like, they have Kawhi Leonard. They have... One of the funniest things ever is they traded one of their draft picks to Oklahoma City, so they have to do better so the draft pick is worse so that Oklahoma City doesn't get a really good draft. So it's like they're already out, but they have to lock in
a better record.
But it's like it's looking like they'll lose because Oklahoma City, like the day after, finished sweeping the team they were playing, and they're gonna meet in the playoffs. If the Knicks make it, because I think everybody pretty much agrees like Oklahoma's making it, but I don't know anything about basketball. It makes no sense to me. I just like they're winning. It's been rough for
funny,
Knicks fans.
Because I think I sent you that clip of Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins, possibly one of the biggest bands of the 90s and biggest bands of that alternative era of all time. And Billy Corgan, very well known for being very outspoken, speaking his mind and some controversial ways as well. But he surprised me. I wasn't even watching for this. I mean, I didn't watch. I just saw a clip, and it came up. He was talking about baseball, and he was explaining to this guy who was interviewing him. It's like, it's just the best sport. And the guy's like, why? It's like boring or whatever. And he's just like, it's only boring if you find life boring. It's like, there's no other sport like it. And he's like, really? He's like, yes, because it's the only sport where you never really know what's going to happen. You have no idea what's going to happen. And almost every game is different. It's like almost every game is different. There's the rotation of players, the possibilities, the one-on-ones. You don't get the kind of one-on-ones. Like you have sports that are just one-on-one, like a tennis or
Ping pong.
Whatever, pickleball. But you have, you have that within the game. You always have this sort of pitcher versus batter sort of standoff, duel, in all senses of the word. Like they're basically two forces against each other. But then they're part of this big picture of this whole thing that it's just like, and then the idea that, it's not, like in football, and like all sports, one team will take the offense, and then they'll switch over and be defense back and forth. In baseball, it's just kind of like the defined stats of that, where it's not just when you get the ball. It's like, no, it's not about getting the ball. It's about the specifics of the time. Like you get 3 outs, you get this, and that kind of thing. I don't know, man. It was a great thing to see him talking about that, and it reminded me again. And I have this argument with people, especially basketball fans. Yeah, I mean, again, it's hard to argue that with basketball players and with soccer fans. And you were just saying about soccer being,
it's like soccer in Latin America is like baseball in the Dominican Republic.
I mean, not just Latin America.
I mean,
and the rest of the world, right?
Too.
And like the rest of the world, there's like nothing. It's like people say like, oh,
I think it's like Britain. It's like Latin America, Britain, and like Africa.
No, in Europe, all of Europe.
I've kind of realized Europe's big on basketball.
Like, look. You get surprised. There's their pockets. Baseball is big too.
Yeah, so it is. Europe is big.
But wherever you go in Europe, just like it feels like sometimes like it's odd to me that always like NFL seems to dominate the sort of popularity thing, like I enjoy football. Pittsburgh would be my favorite team, but it's like once a week kind of thing. So it's different than like basketball gets played every day, and like baseball the same. Baseball, football. I don't know, and just the thing with football, how not random, but kind of like it just football seems kind of very what's the word I'm looking for? It's like treacherous in a way, the standings and the rankings and how teams kind of like.
I hate everything about how football is. I feel like football is the anti-baseball.
No, wait. Let me say. I said football, like soccer.
Football.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Football.
That's what I was
American
talking
football
about.
is
Yeah.
definitely. Football. I kind of see the vision. I see the vision with soccer. I like soccer. I don't like watching soccer. It's worse than watching baseball. I don't see how people.
That's the thing. It's like where people say baseball is boring. To me, it's like saying, so you enjoy watching the same thing over and over and over. Take it to this side. Take it to that side. Take it to this side. Take it to that side. Take it to this side. Take it to that side. And it's like.
It's like basketball too. Is that exact same thing?
Yeah, it's like.
I think that baseball kind of has like the perfect amount of points, and I really like. I feel like baseball is only really super boring if you're not like understanding what like baseball is at its best when you can like when you know that this pitcher has lit up like 3 home runs to this batter in his career, and like he's never given a home run to anybody else. Like it's like that's the kind of like
those stats because you get the one-on-one. You get the one-on-one where you don't get that with other sports. Where it's like it's very like it's not as immediate. It's not as direct or connected.
It's the perfect sport to deny dynasties. Like they still happen. Like obviously there's Yankees and there's like
the Dodgers too. Yeah.
But you like look at baseball. The games are played so much. No team isn't gonna lose 50 games.
Yeah.
You know, and like the superstars still miss 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And like I love that in baseball anybody can become like the hero. Like Ildemaro Vargas on the D-backs. Like he's just some guy, but he's been like mashing because he's just gotten the opportunity to play a couple times. It's like, who are you? Like you don't really get that in other things. Like the only thing that comes close is like Linsanity in basketball. Like that one time. It's like that's not the kind of thing that happens often, but it happens all the time in baseball. And I love that. I think it's the best sport. People disagree.
I think so too. That's an awesome and it's a thing that we need to keep reminding ourselves even when the Mets keep losing. The Mets. Los Mets.
The New York Metropolitans.
Because we support. We support our people. We support our family. We support, through the good, through the bad. And, we might not agree with all the decisions that are being made. But we're there. We're there to support. And we're there to enjoy. So hopefully we have more things to enjoy than not. And hopefully the games are at the very least entertaining or educational in the sense where we figure out who the players, what the future of this team looks like. But I'm not there yet. I'm personally not there. I'm not saying that we're going to win the World Series.
I think we have until the All-Star break for
for the giving up.
Yeah, it's still we could still go on a generational run.
Yeah. I just want to get to 500. Like if we can just reach 500 by the All-Star break.
If we're at 500 by the All-Star break, I will fully believe that we could make it. That is the miracle that we need. Like that's.
I'm telling you, we got 2 months.
AJ Ewing, we're winning every game.
AJ Ewing, I mean, it's like get that spark. I mean, I just feel too is that we're missing, and AJ Ewing might be it. Who knows? That's where the desperation comes in. People are trying everything. We're missing the firecracker. Who is this team's firecracker? Who is this team's, who is the match? Which one is the fire that's going to light all these sort of, potential superstars up? But it's got to be someone on the team.
I mean...
And it's definitely not our manager, even though people are behind him and on the surface, it looks like he's not doing that horrible of a job, I guess. But it's still kind of like...
I'm still mad about the manager thing, because the people will say it's like, if you fire your manager, it's basically over for the season. Like, there's no...
I
But the
disagree.
Phillies fired their manager, and they immediately got better.
Yeah.
But, like, here's what I will say. The issue is that I think that kind of player in the past has been Francisco Lindor. And he was that for one game. And that was too much, and he got injured. And, like, that's what sucks. But I feel it in my gut that when he comes back, things will be better. And I'm really hoping a guy like AJ Ewing is enough to at least bring us a little bit back to life, in the sense that, like, okay, we can win. We can win. AJ Ewing and the Tigers is all we needed.
Yeah, I just think that's, also I have a wish for this week. I have a wish. Dun, 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 dun. My wish is that we drop all these fucking trash talk rumors. No.
Oh, trade rumors.
Trade rumors or bullshit rumors about, like, camaraderie or clubhouse, whatever, or, like, Soto's not a team player and all this stuff. It's like...
You can win World Series with your superstars hating each other. We did it in '86.
You totally can.
Like,
what you can't do is feed that fire.
Exactly.
It's like, let the haters talk. Let the people, the media outlets that need the clickbait, let them push it. If I see a fan, or if I see anybody who gives a damn about the Mets, talk about, Soto and Lindor, man, if they would get along. Stop it. That's like saying, like, like, wherever you work, there's somebody that you hate, and because you hate that person, no work gets done. That's bullshit. Just get to work, and through the work, hopefully get over any sort of bullshit, but just leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone. So that, no more of that, no more.
Also, the Peralta trade rumors are so annoying to me.
They are, and it's like,
we need him.
We totally need him,
like,
man.
He's been doing a little bit worse than we wanted, but we need pitchers. That's like, that was like a whole thing, and I feel like we're forgetting that because now we need, like, somebody to hit for power. But there was that whole point in time.
I mean, I feel like Devin Williams is worse.
Oh, well, he's definitely worse.
I mean, he's just soft, and, like, we need somebody.
I've been liking Luke Weaver. I'm gonna be honest. He's really won me over as, like, I like him a lot. But I think this is another interesting thing. I've been avoiding the games because when I avoid the games, we tend to win. It's happened yesterday. I clicked on the game.
What time is the game? Is the game today?
Run. Yeah.
What time?
I think soon.
Okay.
Clicked on the game. Dylan Dingler hit a home run. I clicked off the game. We won the game. That's been happening. But I'm looking at the recaps. We've been playing a lot of more random guys for, like, our bullpen, and it's kind of been working out. Like, we've been doing a really, like...
I mean, it doesn't... I think the main problem has been offense. That's a clear thing. I feel like we haven't been routed. We haven't been, like, gutted. There have been very few games where the other team gets, like, 10 runs. It's really more like we're losing, like, 5-2 and, like, 6-3 and,
we've been
2-0.
losing only because of our run, our run creation.
Yeah. And I feel like...
But it happens sometimes.
Can we do... What's the voodoo...
There's been
the
some
guy in
moments.
Major League?
There's a couple different ones. Because that happens in Bull Durham, too.
That's
they
right,
also
that's right.
have...
There's always not conspiracies, superstitions.
But we can't do it. We already tried that this season. Steve Gelbs was burning some incense outside the field one game, and it didn't work.
Steve Gelbs should be burning hot dogs.
I love Steve Gelbs. Did you see the one where in Chicago, they got, like, the 2-foot-long hot dog, and he and Keith shared it?
Oh, I did see that. I can't ever unsee it.
I get so mad when people, like, because, like, under all, like, the clips like that, and, like, the time when they called, like, the Carson Bench catch pulchritudinous, under all those, the people are hating, and they're like, just play baseball. It's like, the broadcasting team is the bright, shining light.
Oh my God!
It's
like right now, it's like the reason to watch these games, and that's the whole point of them. It's like it's always been the thing for baseball is that half of it is you love your announcers. You love the sportscasters, the people who are doing the reporting, the interviews before and after the show, and that kind of stuff. It's like you fall in love with these people, and they become a part of your family too, as well, just as any of the players. And they tend to stay longer than most of the players. So they're more hardcore than It's like there's I had this thought the other day that there's like an underlining sadness that we can't get rid of. Like a deep sort of almost depression, because I feel like it's Keith Hernandez's last year.
It's his last beat. I mean, he's already like missing a lot of the games.
Yeah. And it's like there's something. Already we're saying goodbye, and it's like I feel like that's part of it. I wish we would celebrate him more, celebrate Keith Hernandez more, and
also Howie.
That spirit.
I think it's Howie Rose's last year
Really?
doing big. Yeah, he's I think I saw a thing. He's moving away because he's old. He wants to go live a retirement, which sucks too. It's
yeah, that's not cool. Well, let's celebrate these guys, and let's celebrate the good stuff. Let's celebrate the good stuff. I mean, let's
at least
celebrate.
Gary's gonna be around forever.
He is with the whatever word he used.
He's pulchritudinous.
Pulchritudinous.
The SAT word.
He definitely is. But he's got the voice. I can't do his voice. Yeah, let's keep them all, y'all. Let's keep them all. Let's talk movies. How many movies did you watch this week?
Not enough. I'm still catching up. I watched 2 baseball movies. That's kind of shining, especially because in Bull Durham, there's 2 Mets references.
Okay, hold up. So you watched Bull Durham, and what was the other baseball movie?
Angels in the Outfield, which I didn't know.
Right.
Such a crazy stacked cast. What? What a cast.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Who's in that movie again?
I mean, off the top of my head, I know Adrian Brody plays he's the utility infielder, which he's such a utility infielder, but he's just a guy. Yeah. He's such a minor character.
It was just it was so early in his career.
And same with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's his first role. Yeah. Danny Glover is the main guy. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Matthew McConaughey was in the outfield. Those are kind of the big guys where it's what are you doing here?
I've never seen that movie.
It's such a weird it's like a flashbang when you're watching it, and out of nowhere you see Matthew McConaughey and he's I've got it. It's what are you doing out there?
It's like a Disney movie, right?
It is. Well, yeah, because Disney owned the Angels.
Okay, so it's an actual. I didn't know it was actually about the Angels.
It is about the team, the Anaheim Angels, or I guess it was California Angels.
California Angels.
That was the worst part about the movie is they had the CA logo, which was kind of it's an awful logo because it's just like the Rockies.
That's right.
I see it the whole time. It's
the CR.
Yeah, because it's and they do the same kind of it's the same vibe.
Yeah.
Which really threw me off, but it's that was I enjoyed that movie. It was a little too religious, which what was I expecting?
It's called faith-based movies, they call them.
I mean, it's literally about angels, so it's But
talk to me about Bull Durham, because that one I've seen and I love.
Bull Durham was definitely a better movie. I think they were both really solid, but Bull Durham, the 2 Mets references, I will say, they referenced Dwight Gooden, who's my favorite pitcher. I love that guy.
Yeah.
And then they also the clown who performed before the minor league game. He a couple different times he was wearing a couple different jerseys, but his first time up he was wearing a Mets jersey. I was that's kind of crazy, and then I realized that's kind of Mets heyday when that movie came out. So that I don't know, I was wow, we really are the laughing stocks, but that not at that point in time.
Did you
in 1988?
I love Susan Sarandon in that movie.
I mean, I like Susan Sarandon in any movie.
Me too, man. Damn it, Janet. You know, you remember her from Rocky Horror, right? But
don't you hurt her, Frankenfurt her. That's my favorite. That's my favorite rhyme of anything anywhere.
Yeah. I like just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha! How do you do? See, you've met my faithful handyman. I just also love when he starts strutting. He's like, don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge the book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but at night I'm one hell of a lover.
I love any song that you can sing like that.
We got Rocky Horror in the mix. That's awesome. I'm just gonna say real quick. I watched 2 movies this week, which is a miracle because I've maybe watched 3 movies this year so far, and I had to stop that. I have to change that. I have to get back on track. But I watched Outcome with Keanu Reeves, written and directed by Jonah Hill. He was one of the stars in it.
I've been on my Jonah Hill hating grind.
Oh, and you'll love this movie. No, I mean I think he's an interesting director for sure, and I really appreciated all the. There are a lot of moments in this movie. It's messy, and I think I was talking to you about it before, where it's just kind of like this guy that goes on an apology spree because he's trying to find out who's trying to blackmail him. He's an actor, and they have a video on him that's gonna expose him, and he's trying to make amends almost, like he's going to everybody and in the process realizing that he was a lot shittier than he thought he was. So that was just kind of like, that was a cool aspect. Plus it had a great ending, which I like really loved. But so that was cool. But at the same night, I watched a movie called Raymond and Ray, which was, I want to say, written and directed by Rodrigo Garcia, and starred Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke. And that was an interesting movie because they played brothers whose father had died, and they were both kind of estranged from their father. And it was just like their father was a horrible man, but they find out that he kind of lived a different life and affected other people in different ways that didn't touch them. So they were kind of like having to have certain awakenings and realizations about each other, about their father and all this stuff. It was really cool in that respect, but also a little messy as well. Like, it wasn't like, they're not perfect films, but they were just kind of cool in the sense that it was a reminder of being able to enjoy movies when they're dialogue heavy and they're kind of just like trying to get to so the action is more emotional and more soulful.
I'm the worst at dialogue heavy. I've realized that more and more. It's probably my biggest weakness.
I enjoy it if it's I can always most of the time it can overstay its welcome. Like you want to get it to the next scene or whatever. But at the same time, if the actors are good and these guys are great, you can kind of. Oh, who do you?
One of them.
Which
is
one?
Great. I love Ewan McGregor.
I thought Ethan Hawke pretty much stole this movie.
Ethan Hawke is barely a step above the Tilda Swinton, Jared Leto tier.
Oh, then we ain't talking. Jared Leto is the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
Tilda Swinton is just out of the universe.
It's Jared Leto, Tilda Swinton.
I love Tilda Swinton.
Ethan Hawke.
She can't do anything wrong.
Clearly, you haven't seen Constantine.
I have seen Constantine. I loved Constantine. I loved that movie.
I love that they cast Keanu Reeves. That's what I loved about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, they obviously they could have gotten anybody else, but I mean, if you're familiar with the comic book,
it was great. I really enjoyed that movie.
I thought it was great too. It's definitely like one of those things that they missed out on a certain aspect of that character by casting him. And he's great when he's there. He's great. It's never like a thing where But it was just like a different thing. Like it could have been anybody but him. But it's just like this is like a hard-boiled detective guy that just happens to go to hell, and it's just kind of like it's so weird because, you often need more from Keanu Reeves. Like Keanu Reeves is best when there's less demanded from him, and
he's my favorite one-dimensional actor.
I cannot agree with you.
Not even saying that he's like one-dimensional.
No.
His strength one-dimensional roles.
Also, there's something about him that he's like he's vessel-like. So he's basically like when he's on point, you go right through him. Like you basically like you can kind of like he's malleable enough or vapid enough. I don't know if the proper word would be where you can kind of completely like fill in that space with yourself. Where you're not sympathizing with the character, but you become him. You're like he represents you in a way because there's less of him, like that soulfully. And it's nothing to say that like he's oddly very soulful. Like he's very like it's just that
he's up there for me for actors.
No, I mean it's like I to me he clinched it with all those what do you call it, the last series that he did.
Wick?
The John Wick movies.
I mean,
it's like after that second one I was just like I just don't think nobody could do this. Like it's like and it almost felt like wow, this guy just kind of found his calling, after having so much success already,
And like that's the craziest thing for me is he was like Bill and Ted, and then went to like
Matrix,
the surfing. Like I love that he's so goofy and then so serious. He's so good at being so serious.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my
and
favorite.
And that's the thing that those movies kind of like.
Have you seen the surfing movie?
Which one? You mean Point Break?
Point Break.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorite. That for me, that's almost like that is the kind of movie that if Nick Cage was playing that role, it would be up there with like Hard Target and Face Off. Like it's like it's like almost to the goofiness caliber. And honestly, even with Keanu, it's up there for me. It's dumb.
It's a great movie. Plus,
I love it.
It's one of the best Patrick Swayze movies. I love like Patrick Swayze for me, and like people love him, and it's like he was like a heartthrob back in the day, blah blah blah. But to me, there's Roadhouse and there's Point Break, and it's just like again, somehow he makes those parts so much fun. Like just you've seen Roadhouse. You have not seen Roadhouse. Okay,
I've been working on it. No,
Roadhouse is one of the best movies of all time.
It's
of all time.
It's been on the list.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do ASAP. We're gonna watch Roadhouse. There's just no better movie than Roadhouse. I'm telling you, Roadhouse is the best movie ever. Like if you like, I would test anybody sort of like my would be like my gauge as far as like, okay, can I be cool with you? Can we like have a conversation? Can we be in the same level? You have to watch Roadhouse, and if you can't enjoy that movie, then we can't talk.
How do you feel about the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I watched it and I was just like, why?
That's the worst way to start. I mean, I watched it.
It's just the thing is, you watch the original one and you realize it's like one of those things where it's like it's the equivalent of say going to a fast food place and asking for a cheeseburger, and they bring you something that looks like it's completely plastic and just, what is this? Doesn't look great.
That's what the poster looks like.
And then you eat it and you go, oh.
White Castle.
It's like White Castle. Completely.
That's something I will say. Harold and Kumar.
Yes. Did you watch it?
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I watched it for 420 because I felt I had to do something funny.
That resurrected Neil Patrick Harris.
That was such a... Oh my god.
Right? Is that the movie that he kind of pops up in the...
That is. It's crazy that he's just in it. Like, And you know what's really funny? My only exposure to him is YouTube shorts of How I Met Your Mother.
It's insane because he was so popular with Doogie Howser. I mean, that was his fate. Like, he was Doogie Howser, and then it was gonna be like, dude, this is who you are for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that sort of the child actor syndrome, and he kind of like, that movie was crucial as far as like changing his life, because then after that came that show, and in that show he played